Hi everybody, I'm going to be making Pastel Azteca. Pastel Azteca is a multi-layered casserole and it's an old Mexican recipe that's been around for a long time. And I'm going to show you how to make it step by step. Let's get started. So I'm going to start out by boiling my chicken. I'm going to set my heat on high and I'm going to add 2 celery ribs that I've cut in half like this, 2 garlic cloves, 1/4 of an onion, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of black peppercorns. Now I'm going to add my chicken. I've got 3 pounds of boneless chicken thighs. Now you can use chicken breasts if you like, or legs, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cover my chicken with water. Now I'm going to let the water come up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, I'm going to lower the temperature to low until my chicken is well cooked and tender. So now that I have my chicken on the stove and I'm waiting for it to come up to a boil, I'm gonna roast my peppers. I've got 5 poblano peppers. I have removed the seeds and the veins and I'm gonna go ahead and roast these. And I have 6 tomatillos and I'm gonna boil these. So let's go to the stove. So I've got my water boiling in this deep saucepan. I have 2 jalapenos in here, as you can see. I put them in there a few minutes ago because they take longer to boil than the tomatillos do. So my tomatillos are ready. As you can see, they're a nice olive green. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them all out. And my jalapenos are ready too. Just like this. So now I'm just gonna let them cool completely before I put them into the blender. So as you can see, my water is boiling. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the temperature all the way down to low. And I've got 1 teaspoon of Better Than bouillon right here, which is this one. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon into the water. And this is really going to enhance the flavor of our broth. See, you wanna add a little bit like this. And I'm gonna whisk it so it can dissolve real well. And then I'm gonna add it into my broth. You notice I didn't add any salt into my broth. And that's because Better Than bouillon has a good amount of salt in it. So you don't want to oversalt your casserole. I will be using my salt later on as we go along. I'm going to go ahead and replace my lid. And I'm going to let it continue until my chicken is tender. I'm going to turn off my heat because my chicken is ready. It's been a little bit over 20 minutes. I've already checked it and it's perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it, let it cool completely, and then I'm gonna chop it up into real small pieces. So I've got my heat set on high. While I wait for my chicken to be totally cool, I'm gonna roast my poblano peppers. I'm gonna place them right here, and I'm gonna be flipping them around slowly until they're real dark and charred. Now, as you can see, my poblano peppers are nice and roasted. I'm gonna turn off the heat and I'm gonna put them in this Ziploc bag so they can get real nice and steamy. Then I will be able to remove the skin. Just like this. So as you can see, I'm finishing up with chopping my chicken. I like it into little pieces like this because it's easier to eat in a casserole. But if you want to shred it into little shreds, you can do that too. But sometimes when you cut a piece of casserole, you bring it up and you've got long, thin strings of chicken. That's why I like to chop it like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it into my bowl. And I'm going to cover it up. And then it'll be ready for our next step. So now that I have removed all the skin on all of my poblano peppers, I'm going to go ahead and cut them up into strips. See? Not too thick, not too thin. See? So I'm done cutting all my peppers into strips, as you can see. Now this one, I'm not gonna cut into strips because I'm gonna put this into the blender with the rest of my tomatillos. So I'm gonna clean up my area and get ready to blend everything. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my tomatillos. And I've got my 2 jalapenos, my poblano pepper, and I've got a nice bunch of cilantro. And I'm gonna add some of my chicken broth, the one that I just made a little while ago with the chicken. That's about 1 cup. And I'm gonna blend it really good. So here it is. So now that I've got it nice and blended, we can go to the stove and get our sauce ready. So I've got my heat set on medium. And in this Dutch oven, I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of butter. And I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. That's about a tablespoon. So now I'm gonna add my onions. So now that my onions are slightly translucent, I'm gonna add my garlic. Now I'm just gonna leave the garlic in here for about 1 minute because you don't wanna burn it. So it's been about a minute. Now I'm gonna add my blender mixture. I'm gonna go ahead and add my oregano in here. And I have 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin. And I'm gonna stir them in and bring them in together like this. So now that I brought it in together, I'm gonna go ahead and taste it. And this will give me an idea as to how much salt I need to add in here. So I'm gonna add my salt. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the chicken broth. Just a little bit like this. I think this is perfect. This is about 1/2 cup, see? I'm gonna replace my lid. I'm gonna lower my temperature down to low. And I'm gonna let it simmer for about 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get started with my tortillas. So I've got my heat set on medium high. And I've got some cooking oil in here, as you can see. It's about 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna go ahead and put in my tortilla. And I'm gonna put it in. Turn it around really quick, just until it gets a little bubbly. See the little bubbles? And I'm gonna take it out. You don't want your tortillas to get real crispy. You just want the oil to bring out the flavor of the corn tortilla. See, just like that. Flip it over. This one is ready. And I'm gonna continue the process by laying them right here on my paper towels so they can absorb all that oil. So I've got everything ready and I'm ready to assemble our casserole. So I'm gonna be using this casserole dish. It's a 9 by 11 and it's about 2.5 inches deep. I'm gonna start out with my sauce first. I'm gonna put some down here at the bottom like this, see? Just like that. Now I'm gonna put my tortillas. I went ahead and cut them like this so that they can fit and they can be flat against the wall. But you can go ahead and cut yours depending on what kind of dish you're gonna use. See? And I overlap them a little bit like this. Now I'm gonna put one right here and one right here. See? Just like that. Now I'm gonna put a little bit more of the sauce right on top like this. And I'll spread it. And that's good, just like that. Now I'm gonna put my chicken in. You can be as generous as you want with your chicken. We like a lot of chicken in here. And that's good. Now I'm gonna put my peppers. Just spread them around. This, see? And that's good. Now I'm gonna put in my corn. This is fresh sweet corn. As you can see, there's still some bits together. This last spring, we had a lot of it at the farmer's market. And I went and got a lot of it, and I blanched them all really well. And I put them in my freezer. So I went ahead and thawed a bag. And this is it. But you can use canned corn if you want, or you can use frozen corn. Just whatever works for you. That's good. Now I'm gonna put some of my crema. I'm just gonna drizzle it on top like this. This is just gonna make it really creamy. See, that's good. Now my cheese. I've got finely grated Oaxaca cheese, but you can use Monterey Jack. You can use mozzarella if you can't find Oaxaca. I love this kind of cheese because this is so perfect for quesadillas or for casseroles, just like this. See? And that's good, just like that. Now I'm gonna put a little bit more of the sauce on top. Just like that. Now I'm gonna put some tortillas down and repeat the process. Spread it around. Just like that. And this is ready to go into the oven. I've got my oven set at 350 degrees, and I'm gonna put it in there for about 25 minutes, uncovered, just like this. Here is our Pastel Azteca. Look at this. So now it's time to cut into it. Look at that. Now for the taste test. Ooh, this is hot. Gosh, this is delicious. The combination of the cheese with the poblano strips and the sweet corn with the tortillas, the crema, all of that together is out of this world. I think you're gonna love this recipe. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, share with your friends, and send me a comment. Thank you.